Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are continuing our cut crease series. You thought I'd forgot about it. I didn't. I've just, I've been busy. I've been doing other things. I've been putting feathers on my face and, going traveling around the world. So can you blame me? Can you? I mean, I say I went traveling around the world. I only went to Iceland, which is like 3 hours away. But if you do want to check out the vlog for that trip, I had an amazing time. I'll leave it linked somewhere up here and you can go check that out. But yes, today I'm going to be bringing you this look, which is a little bit of a purple half cut crease action with some glitter. I'm going to be using the new Urban Decay Naked Cherry palette. I don't really know if it's new. It's the newest one that they have in the range, and it's also new to me. I just got it for Christmas, and this is the first naked palette, Urban Decay palette, Urban Decay anything that I've ever owned. So really excited to show you guys how much I have really been loving this palette. It's absolutely stunning. So let's jump right in. But before we do, don't forget to subscribe, please, and thank you. So I'm starting off with my entire base completely done. I've added some black eyeliner all the way around my waterline, and I have applied eyeshadow primer. I have used concealer, and I have actually set it this time. A lot of the time I don't like to set my concealer, but because we're doing a cut crease, I sometimes find if I prime my eyes with concealer and then go back in with more concealer on top of it to cut the crease, they sort of mix together and go weird, and because both the layers are wet, then you get a lot of creasing and it's just sort of a hot mess. So generally when I'm doing a cut crease, I will set my concealer. It may take a little bit longer to sort of build up the colour because you haven't got that sticky base, but I feel like in the end the result is better and it lasts longer. Starting off with this shade right here called Bing, and I'm taking that on the fluffy side of the brush that actually came in the palette. If you can see it, so it's like a fluffy side on one side and a pencil kind of brush on the other side. I'm just going to start by blending that all in the crease using circular motions. And immediately I can see how much my camera is playing me today, because you can hardly see anything that's going on my eye, but the pigment is there, the colour is there, my camera just wants to be silly and be desaturated and not rate my life. It's rude, is what it is, it's rude. And just on the same brush, I'm dipping into the shade right next to it that is called Devilish. Ooh, very cheeky. And I'm basically just going right over the same area just to gradually sort of deepen it up and get that really nice kind of purple tone. Go into this kind of peachy shade here called Juicy, and then just use that to like blend out the edges of my crease just to make sure there are no harsh lines. Very quickly switching over to the Revolution Pro Regeneration Trends Mischief Mattes palette, ridiculous name. I'm going to take this shade here called Haunted. It's like a dark purple, and I'm going to use that to sort of deepen up the outer corner of my crease, because I want it to be deeper, but I don't want to sort of lose that purpley tone. And then the darker shade in that Naked palette is like a brown, which I didn't really feel like was going to work for this. So using a denser kind of round blending brush, and I'm starting by packing the colour sort of on my outer corner, outer V sort of area, and then using circular motions to bring it into the crease. I want to concentrate it more on this outer edge. I don't want too much of it on the inside here because I want it to stay kind of soft, but then you still do want to bring it focus on me. I am here. It's better. But you still want to sort of bring some of that depth into the inner corner so that you have something to cut out when you cut the crease. Then I'm taking that same shade on this flat kind of smudge brush, and I'm just sort of pressing it and smudging it onto my lower lash line to begin the smoking out process. I'm not going to bring it all the way into the inner corner though, because I don't want to close off the eye too much. I still want it to look kind of open, so I'm only bringing it maybe 3/4 of the way. Basically where this bag starts is where I'm going to stop. And then just taking a mix of my original 2 crease colours just to blend everything out. That is basically the basis of our shadow done. I'm now going to cut the crease. I used a mixture of the NYX HD concealer in CW07 and the Lingerie in matte white. So the concealer that I use is already a shade lighter than my skin tone already, and then I mixed it with a little bit of this white to make it even lighter still, because as you can see on this eye, I'm setting it with a really light sort of white kind of shade, so making it lighter with the white is just going to make it easier for that kind of white shade to really stand out against my skin tone. As you can see, I've really coated the brush on both sides, and I've like flattened it down against my skin so I can get the sharpest line. I'm going to start, this is so hard to do on camera, oh my god. So I'm going to start in my inner corner and start sort of drawing a semicircle shape, because this is only going to be a sorry, this is only going to be a half cut crease, so you want to sort of get like halfway across your eyelid and then kind of stop. So that's my shape. Open my eye, and you can see that as I open my eye, a lot of the line is lost, so that means I need to go in a little bit higher up. So it's sort of the right height. Now I just need to sort of clean that line up a little bit. So I'm going to take some more product, not too much. And then for the inner part of my eye, I'm sort of taking the brush back where I started and bringing it down in the inner corner of my eye to open it up. So remember when I said I wasn't going to bring this shadow down here all the way in? This is why, because I've left this, sort of opened this part up with the concealer, so it just makes your eye look really nice and bright and open. Also, it leaves more space because we're going to be adding glitter in a second as well. So I'm happy with that crease shape, and now I'm going to go and set it with the eyeshadow. Taking the lightest shade in the Urban Decay palette here, called Hotspot. It's kind of a white, but it still has a sort of pinky tone to it, so it sort of still fits in with the whole colour scheme of the palette, and that's why I think it works really well for this look. Really loaded up my brush. It's like a flat sort of brush, so I can get right up to the crease line. But firstly, I'm really concentrating it on where the natural crease of my eye is, because I want the concealer in there to be really set so we don't have any creases. You want it to be nice and smooth. And then you can take the edge of the brush to get right up to that crease line you've just drawn, because you want it to be set, but you don't want to ruin the line, so you need to keep it neat. And then you can just go ahead and set the rest of the lid all willy-nilly. Now I'm going to line the top lid of my eye with just some black gel liner. I'm taking it on this angled brush. So I want to go like right close up to the lash line and draw a kind of quite a thick line, because you want it to still be seen. I'm not going to wing it out though. I'm literally just lining the whole top lid. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the liner, not too much, basically whatever's left on the brush. And I'm just going to sort of stamp it on the outer corner of the eye. I don't want loads, but this is just going to act as a sort of base, because we're going to smoke out this outer corner a little bit more. Now I'm taking the small smudge side of the brush that came in the palette, and I'm going to use that to start blending out the gel eyeliner. I haven't got any shadow on this brush yet. I'm literally just using kind of small circular motions to buff out the edge. I'm going in with a little bit of matte black eyeshadow on that same brush. You can use literally any matte black eyeshadow, and I'm going to press that over the top and blend it a little bit more. So black is a very hard colour to work with, so always start with little by little and build it up. That's also why I chose to sort of start blending the gel eyeliner by itself before adding eyeshadow, because as soon as you add the eyeshadow on top of it, it's gonna basically set the eyeliner in place. So if you've added the eyeshadow before you try to blend it, it's going to make it even harder to blend. But if you've basically already blended all of it out and then you add the eyeshadow, it sort of just makes it a little bit easier and you don't get as many harsh lines. And make sure you're keeping this eyeshadow just on that sort of outer corner. You don't want to start bringing it kind of into the crease area, because then that's when you're going to mess up that really nice like cut crease line that you've just created. So sort of keep your blending very small and precise. And then just going in with the very first two crease colours again, just to blend out those edges. Then on that same flat brush that we used to set the lid, I'm taking that very first shade Bing. I thought it was called Bling, but it's actually called Bing. And I'm going to add this on the outer part of the lid, sort of right on the seam where like the purple and black meets the light crease colour, just to give it a nicer sort of blend. So it's not like black, white and kind of nothing in between. And then for a little touch of extra glam, a pop of glitter, I'm going to take this. This is the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow eyeshadow in the shade Diamond Dust. I have wanted one of these since they came out. They are just so stunning. It's just like pure glitter, but it's so easy to apply because it comes in this kind of like paddle thing, so you don't have to mess around with like glue and loose glitter getting everywhere. You literally just pop it on and it's like bang, glitter everywhere, stunning. Placed that main bit on the lid, and then I'm going to take that same flat brush and basically take some of the glitter directly from the applicator and then concentrate it right up against that crease line. I'm not bringing it all the way down onto the lid because I don't want it to cover up the liner. So I'm basically concentrating it at the top of the crease line and then sort of diffusing it down and outward, and then bringing it all the way down into that inner corner, so we have that nice inner corner highlight effect as well. Pop on a quick coat of mascara, add lashes if you want, make them as big or small as you want. I'm going big obviously, and you're basically done. So here we have it, the finished look, perfect for going to a party or hitting the club or just chilling around the house doing absolutely nothing, which is what I'm going to be doing. But speaking of partying and hitting the club, I do want to say to you guys that my cousins and I, we have started a new YouTube channel. It is called Ravers Review. I will leave the link for it down in the description box for you guys to head over there and subscribe. Essentially, what we are going to be doing is going around to different clubs in London, maybe taking it nationally or even internationally, and essentially reviewing the night as a whole. So, you know, how much the ticket entry was, how accessible the club is, like how easy it is to get to, how expensive it is when you're in there, what the sort of dress code is like, what the DJ is like, what the whole kind of vibe of the club is. At the end, we'll be giving it a full on rating of what we each think. Because clubbing is one of those things that can be so hit and miss. You always hear about particular clubs and people are like, oh my gosh, it's so good. And then you go there and it turns out to be really shit. And then you've wasted your time getting ready and getting yourself there and spending your money. And then you ended up not having a good time. So we feel like this is a really good way to sort of combat that happening. If we go review the club, we tell you what we think, you can watch the video and then decide for yourself if that's the kind of club that you want to go to, or if you want to just give it a miss that weekend. So yeah, the channel has just launched, but we do already have 2 reviews on there. So please do head over to that channel and show it some love. Watch the videos, like them, leave comments down below, maybe suggesting some clubs for it that you would like us to go and review. And obviously, you know, subscribe, like I said, just show us some love, please. But save a little bit of love for me. Please like this video and leave a comment down below telling me if you enjoyed this look. If you happen to have that Urban Decay Naked palette, what sort of looks have you been creating with it? Let me know. I'd love to see them. If you want to tag me on social media and subscribe to my channel as well, please. Please. I look so pretty. How can you say no to this face? I don't know why I always keep trying to do this thing where I pretend that I'm cute when I'm really like freakishly large and tall, so it never works. But anyway, that is it for the end of this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!